Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. And it is 8:07 now. It might be later if you're watching this on Keys Living TV. But we say good morning to you and a happy Friday. We start off with an accident to report. It is in Marathon, accident with injuries. 5150 Overseas Highway near Wendy's in Marathon. So keep that in mind if you're going through that area this morning. Of course, school zones are in effect. School buses are out and about as well. As we look at beautiful weather through your windshield, 76 degrees currently, 81 for your high, sunny skies tonight, 71 with a slight chance of showers at 20%. Tomorrow, 80, and that's what the whole weekend looks like, about 10% chance of rain each day, but it's going to be pleasant. 80 for your high on Saturday. Sunday for the artisan market, 79. Monday, 80 degrees will be your high. We're going to say good morning to our first guest, our friend Michael Kraus. Mike Kraus is the president of Sales Sense Payments of the Florida Keys. Hello to you, sir.
Good morning, Mike, my friend. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here. So we appreciate you taking time out of your busy day. Sales Sense Payments, payment processing made simple, here to serve you, providing local support and transparency. So we've got another incentive to talk about, but I want to highlight right off the bat the local support and transparency. I even saw you and Christina spending your well-deserved Valentine's Day time together at the Seafood Festival, one of the many clients you service. You certainly are available and transparent and very supportive of clients and businesses here in the Florida Keys.
Yes, correct. Yeah, we had a fun time at the Key West Seafood Fest. We had over 14 terminals live, no issues, and they had a big festival this year. So it was perfect weather, and it was a joy to hang out with Christina on Valentine's Day at the Seafood Fest. So,
and you two have quite the closets of costumes and apparel, etc. You even had the Valentine's theme going on at the booth. But, it looks like you were hard at work. Again, 14 terminals to set up and maintain during a very active setting is no small feat, I'm sure. It must, when you have one or two POS terminals at a typical client, it must be a bit of a challenge to keep that many going at that one time.
It is. And good news, we had no issues. It was flawless. We implemented the cellular technology in these terminals so that we weren't fighting with a Wi-Fi network or Bluetooth or MiFi spots. So that's really the best way for any festivals out there to do that, is activate the cellular technology in these terminals. So that was a real success. And they had a successful weekend. And we give these terminals to any festival for free. We rent them for free. So you can just sign up. They're all implemented, and we have over 30 terminals available, so we can handle up to 30 terminals simultaneously at any festival. So just letting people know on your network here that we are part of this community, and that's one way that we give back, is for them not to go out and spend, $6,000 to $10,000 on equipment for the weekend. So.
Yeah, that's an amazing feat, and what a wonderful contribution it is. SalesSensePayments.com is where you find out more. Speaking with Michael Kraus, president and founder of Sales Sense Payments. You've got other festivals coming up, too, that you'll be working in.
We do. We're going to be at the Latin Festival. We are going to be at the Marathon Seafood Festival. All the terminals will be there. We will have a booth at the Latin Seafood Fest coming up in a few weeks. So that's some excitement. And actually, we're going to be up in Miami in April at a seafood fest as well. So actually, it's a regatta. It's a regatta festival. So
maybe even the World Cup. What do you think?
Well, maybe. I'm available. If you have any contacts, I'd love to do their transactions. That's for sure. So
they'll have a few. So talking about this technology, make that. You established the business in 2008. You've been in this sector for many, many years, several decades, in fact. The technology must have changed over the years, whereby having 14 simultaneous terminals up and running wirelessly would not have even been thought of years ago.
No, it would have not. I mean, it would have been a disaster. And, I'm from back to the old Knuckles busters. Remember those?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, the Zon Jr., and it would have been a disaster at any seafood fest. Plus, The new technology is all tap and go. It's all phone to device, or what's called near field communication, tap and go. A lot of younger people, including myself, have all my credit cards on my phone. And if your devices aren't accepting near field communication, it could irritate the transaction because the next generation doesn't have a credit card on them. They have it on their phone. So
Yeah, everything is cashless and wireless and tap and go now.
tap and go.
Yep, Sales Sense Payments, Michael Kraus, 305-723-1234 to inquire and meet with Michael and his team personally. And we talk about saving money for these festivals, events, et cetera. That's very, very generous of you to do that. You are very committed to the community here in the Keys in a number of different ways. But you can save the individual business a lot of money as well. They might think, okay, all this new technology is going to be very expensive for me to outfit my business with it and to keep up with it, et cetera. Transaction fees must be really high. Let's talk about that. That is not the case.
That's not the case. Actually, we guarantee there's two ways you can go to things. We guarantee to save you 25% minimum on your transactions. So that's the step one. The step two is we're offering a very strong promotion right now, up to $10,000 in equipment. Just like your phone, Mike, it doesn't last like it used to. These devices for VX520, the gray terminals, they would last 10 years. Now these terminals, this one, the Clover Flex, I'll be lucky to get 2 or 3. And so it gets very costly to keep updating equipment for businesses. And one of the ways that we're a unique advantage is that we will replace your equipment if you're a customer for the entire relationship for free. And that is one of the strongest things that we offer, and no agreement, no cancellation fees, no gimmicks, I call it. And it's one of the ways that we can be a little bit unique, and plus personal service. I will give you my cell phone. It's right here on the screen, and you can text me opportunities at 305-723-1234. Or if it's a customer, they send me an issue or two that they're having.
Michael Kraus, Sales Sense Payments, salessensepayments.com. Again, that number, 305-723-1234. Technology does not last forever. Even my trusty flip phone finally gave out. I had to migrate.
I love that you had that phone. If I could go back in time, I would have that flip phone because it was built for one thing, limited text and a phone call, and that's it. But now we're attached to these devices. We are attached.
Well, yeah, true. Now, fees, you guarantee to beat customer rates by 25%, but also the fees, well, you can pass on those fees to the customer as well. The processing fees can be absorbed by the customer for the client, and that has become more and more commonplace.
It is. It's one of the few times in your business that you can actually take a red or a cost and make it profit. Because it can get very costly. You know, every 3% or 4%, every 100,000 merchants are paying $3,000 to $4,000 in fees. And if you can offset that by passing it on to the customer, I know we all don't like seeing the fee, but it saves a business significant money. And we're way past the point of I'm going to lose business, or I don't know if it's for me. I've never had someone say I want to go back to paying the fees. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, businesses want to save money, and they also want good service too. They don't have to put up with high fees. They don't have to put up with no service or a lack of service or slow service, etc. Response time is very important. Responsiveness is very important. That's what you'll get with Michael Kraus and Sales Sense Payments. Over 25 years of credit card and other processing experience that he puts to work for you with multiple relationships in the business with vendors and the like. So he can come up with the best deal that is custom tailored for your business.
Yeah, we're unique. I have over 10 different point of sales that I can provide. Clover is my leading product because it's affordable. The fees are low, but I have 10 more other vendors that I can get onto your business and make it easier for you. That's one of the big advantages of dealing with someone myself. And also, the big advantage, too, is you can text me, and also we're U.S.-based support. So that is one of the big things that no one wants to be on an 800 number, including myself. So that we have an awesome ticketing system that we can handle your problems significantly faster and make your life easier instead of being on a phone for an hour, hour and a half, I've heard, or 4 hours, sometimes customers have said, with other competitors. That's a significant difference by dealing with us locally.
Yeah, and here on the doorstep, I've seen it time and time again. Here at the Keys, you'll show up at the doorstep. You'll help the staff. You'll help go through the problem if it occurs.
Yes.
And be very responsive and transparent as well. Sales Sense Payments is where you go for payment processing made simple. Point of sale systems, e-commerce systems. The list goes on and on as far as the benefits to your business. It starts with that phone call, 305-723-1234, salessensepayments.com as well, for Michael Kraus and Christina to be the partner with your business. I think we've covered the major points, sir.
Yes.
What else would you like to add?
I just want to say we love the Florida Keys. We can help you. This is just a magical place to live. We are all blessed to live in paradise every day. And our community involvement is bar none. As you know, we're in the Rotary, the Business Guild, the Key West Chamber, the Marathon Chamber, the Women's Club. We're also involved in the casino night coming up on May 16th with the Rotary. I mean,
yes.
And I have a baseball team this year, 14 and up, and we didn't win last night, but we're number one in the division. And if you haven't been to the Key West baseball complex, you're missing out. These kids are throwing 70-mile balls, and it is just amazing to see the energy there. And a bocce team, Monday 6:30 on the bocce court. Stop by. Sales Sense Payments takes the courts, so we are visible and we do not hide around here. That's for sure. So
no, you are very, very active. In fact, the casino night for Rotary, I think you're the chairman. Are you?
I am. Yeah, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah. We're going to make it epic. We have great themes, Roaring 20s Speakeasy, May 16th. It'll be at the beachside. We're going to sell tickets soon, and we're going to have an epic event. I'm really excited about that.
Benefits scholarships in our community. So thank you
yes.
to you and Christina for all of your involvement and dedication. Yeah, I had heard you had a baseball team. I thought, what, did you buy the Marlins or something?
I wish, but it's local and I love it. Christina and I went there last night. We got 6 pizzas for the team. Of course, that makes everybody happy to have pizza. And we just love this community. I can't thank everyone enough. And we're here to serve you. We're here to serve.
Absolutely. And you show that by example for sure. Free consultation to find out more. Payment processing made simple, transparent, accountable, and supportive all along the way. SalesSensePayments.com. Michael Kraus, 305-723-1234. Thank you, my friend, for being here. You have a fantastic
I love it. Thank you, Mike, for the opportunity, and everyone have a great day. Thank you so much.
Take care. I know. It is Michael Kraus with us. Sales Sense Payments of the Florida Keys. Again, SalesSensePayments.com. And 305-723-1234. So we did have a verdict last night, actually yesterday. Congratulations to the state's attorney's office for a job well done and seeing that to completion as we have a verdict in the Preston Brewer case. It is life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. So anyway, they did work hard on that case for quite some time. So that was the result there. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. We'll return with more Good Morning Keys in a moment.
Keys Auto Center, the Keys hometown dealership.
Hey folks, Stephen Bender at Key West Cadillac. Experience the precision and presence of the new Cadillac lineup, from the iconic Escalade to the refined XT5 and performance-driven CT5. And with our local deal match guarantee, you can move forward with confidence. So come see the people you know, like, and trust at Key West Cadillac on the Boulevard, or visit KeyWestCadillac.com. We've got the keys.
Everything you need is here at Keys Auto Center.
And Good Morning Keys, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. And it is a beautiful Friday morning as we look at the roadways, though. We do have an accident to report. It is in Marathon, accident with injuries being reported, 5150 Overseas Highway near Wendy's in Marathon. If you're going through that area, please do keep in mind that that is going to slow you down give wide berth to our emergency personnel who are working that scene. Otherwise, school zones are being enforced. School buses are out and about, but we're looking at beautiful weather all weekend long. 76 degrees now, 81 will be your high for today. We say good morning and hello to our friend Liz Young from the Florida Keys Council of the Arts. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today. What a beautiful Friday. You are right.
It
It
is beautiful.
is
And
stunning.
boy, not only did we ask you to talk with us this morning and grab your coffee maybe a little bit early, we're also asking you to appear on your Zoom. So thank you for that. As I mentioned, this show is now available on Keys Living TV, which is digital channel 27 over the air from Marathon to Key West. It's also available on Roku streaming and at your favorite app store for free. Download the app for Keys Living TV. We're working on a number of collaborations here locally, so trying to do our little part to promote the arts with some local programming. And then you might find it interesting, Liz, but a little self-serving promotion. We have a vast library of public domain programs. So you'll see, I just, as I came to start the show, we had Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life on.
I love it.
There's a lot of different movies. There was a Superman animated feature. There's all kinds of stuff on there that you will find a bit eclectic, kind of like the Keys. So that's what we're working on our end. But Florida Keys Council of the Arts remaining very busy. We've got the Connections Project. It's kind of the Keys wide tour of the Arts Council.
It is. It's our signature project. This is our 15th year,
Mhm.
and we've mixed it up a little bit. We are zigzagging up the keys. Our boards are a little bit smaller, and the folks that have been around a long time definitely make that notation that it's different. But we, like you, like to keep it fresh, try to keep things changing.
Mhm.
We were at a pretty new facility yesterday in Key Largo. I got home about 10 o'clock last night. We were at the Reef Center, the new Ocean Exploration Center, mile marker 98.8. It is an absolutely wonderful community center focused on ocean and education.
Mm.
And they've got a classroom, they have a community room upstairs. It's filled with I don't know what, different displays, but also very interactive. They have a beautiful yard. We had great music from the Keys Swamp Band. We had great food from the Italian Food Company up there. And our display of about 140 canvases that have been designed and curated by my committee. And we handed out 200 blank canvases in
Oh,
October, got them all back, putting them on display, and you can make a contribution of 75 or $100 and go home with a canvas.
oh,
So
wow.
it's like a little mini art gallery. This weekend we were at this past weekend at the terrific Key West Art and Craft Festival out at Truman Waterfront Park, where we also had really great weather. And we call it a friend raising project for our grant program.
Mhm.
So, our grant programs, I should say, lots and lots of grant programs. So it's artists supporting artists, and it's been really terrific.
Mm.
So we're doing that, and then we get to talk about all the amazing programs that are happening. And you're right, tonight is a big opening at the Custom House that we know as the history of, I think we're calling it the Museum of Art and History. I keep
Yeah.
calling it the Custom House. I'm too old. Um, and tonight is the food,
Mhm.
celebrating conch cuisine, which I think is going to be amazing. And that's their partnership with the Smithsonian touring exhibits. And it's also the annual Anne McKee Fine Art Auction
That's right.
tonight at 5 o'clock. Amazing music all weekend. I know there's an impromptu concert at Tennessee Williams on Sunday at 4 o'clock. We've got Priscilla Coote with a big gallery opening at Gallery on Green tomorrow evening, Saturday. And then I'm really excited because the Arts Council will be doing another pop up in Marathon this coming Thursday at the beautiful big beautifully renovated Shady Palm Art Gallery,
Hmm.
which is Bayside, right near the government center there on the left. So we'll be there at 5:30. We're going to have music and food and lots of art. And the wonderful owner, Janice Nagel, is hosting us. So that's open to the public. Invite you to come and hang out with us.
Yeah, Liz Young, Executive Director, Florida Keys Council of the Arts. It's a busy time. We're into the high season. And yeah, we had the art market. We have the artisan market happening every Sunday now, which is
Oh,
keeping things
beautiful.
busy.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's really, really grown. That's at the Sonny McCoy Indigenous Park as well. A lot of art going on there each and every Sunday.
Well, and they have music and beverages, and you can walk your dog and see all your neighbors. And, it's such a friendly, fun gathering on Sunday mornings. I highly recommend it if you've never tried it. If you're
Yeah,
listening or watching, it's just such a great Key West event, I think.
They do say where the locals meet, but we also welcome the visitors with open arms. And thanks to
Right.
Daily Planet and Jill and Sean, and actually Yacht Rock 93.7. I'm there every weekend broadcasting, so I've been able to take it in. It really is a wonderful gathering, and the talent and variety of art there alone is really phenomenal. So what a great gathering.
Well, and you can go and, I don't know, candles and
Mhm.
food and art and t-shirts and, artsy things and
Mhm.
great gifts. If you're looking for a birthday gift, I highly recommend the artisan market.
Yeah, yeah. We've got a deadline of tomorrow for a couple of things. That's coming up very quickly. Cultural magazine call to writers, cultural magazine call to visual artists. 5 o'clock tomorrow is the deadline for that. So that would be something people would need to get on right away if they've not done so.
Yes, and we keep it very, very simple. I love to say to my artists that if you can buy a plane ticket online,
Mhm.
you can fill out this form. It's really easy. Name and address. You upload 3 images for the submission for the cover of the magazine. And if you're a writer, it's a pretty simple 1-page cover letter that you can upload. There are 2 topics this year for the magazine. One is around music, Key West to Key Largo, all the wonderful types of music, musicians. We'd love a 1,200 word article, but this is just a synopsis, a proposal. What would your approach be if you were selected to write that article? And the other article is about our culture around food.
Oh,
And so the variety of culture and cuisine, and how you can go to, a great little fish shack, but you could also go to a gourmet restaurant. And so this is a magazine that is in all 5 chambers, of course, all the arts venues, but we also have them in hotels and guest houses. And it's supposed to be an easy read and a great cover. And then we fill the magazine with our big annual calendar. So it's a really great tool for our visitors, because if you're here in, say, January, and then you look at this calendar and you see all the things that are going on, like, the Songwriters Festival in May, or Lobster Fest in August, or Fantasy Fest, you can see that calendar and say, oh, I'm planning another trip to the Keys.
mhm.
So our writers and our visual artists, I really encourage you to do a quick application and be a part of that.
Yes, Liz Young, Executive Director, Florida Keys Council of the Arts on Good Morning Keys. And the calendar, you mentioned it, it is chock full. And I will again emphasize something that you had mentioned earlier, because I had Fran Decker on the air the other day. Ann McKee Artist Fund Fine Art Auction, doors open at 4:15 at the beautiful studios of Key West. And they have also supported artists over the years with funding, and it's made possible by this fine art auction happening today. Great opportunity to own some beautiful art. Also on the calendar, too, jumping around a little bit, but I was at the media opening night of Little Shop of Horrors in Marathon at the Marathon Community Theater, and they actually constructed all of the Audrey 2 props of the plants.
And the
And
puppets.
yeah, amazing. What an entertaining show that is, by the way. I laughed the entire time.
It
But
is hilarious.
yeah, they did a wonderful job of putting that together, and the props there are
I'm
unbelievable.
going to go next weekend. I saw Lisa Campanelli, the general manager,
Yes.
yesterday. We
Yep.
stopped and we saw her in Marathon at Sandra Lee's gallery, and
Yep.
I met the artist that's playing the dentist,
Yes.
and they were really excited for opening night. And so
Yeah.
I'm sure it went really, really great. I'm also going to be seeing Tuesday night the new show at the Red Barn, and the world goes around.
Oh, yes.
Homage to Candor and Ebb, and they said it is not just your old Broadway review, that it is spunky and fun and new and fresh and great choreography. A cast of four, two men and two women, the very talented Jeremy Zoma and Arthur Crocker and Claire Kaplan and Lauren Thompson, direction by Joy Hawkins. I'm really looking forward to that. And then, of course, next week, Once will be opening at Waterfront. I think the press opening is Wednesday night with the grand opening Thursday night.
Mm,
So
mm.
no rest for the weary. We are
And no.
constantly busy. Um,
Yes, yes,
yes.
constantly. There's no excuse for sitting at home and saying there's nothing to do. That is unacceptable. You can find out more, including the full cultural calendar, at Florida Keys Council of the Arts website, keysarts.com. And I would be remiss if I did not mention that membership opportunities are available there as well. Your opportunity to support the arts in the Florida Keys.
Thank you. And my membership committee is working on enhancing our business partner level. So
Mm,
we're really looking for business partners to promote in our social media and on our website. And I've got a very, very talented staff that's really working hard to put more content on our social media so that we can share the arts with all of our businesses. And that was actually part of our initiative last night with the Connections Project at the Reef Center. It was a collaborative event with the Key Largo Chamber, and I think we had close to 70 members from the chamber. So we had music and art and business at this beautiful center, sharing information about the ocean. So
mm.
it was terrific,
Mm.
and I really encourage people to take a look at our website. Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank you. Well, there's lots of information to get out. It is available at keysarts.com, but Liz, you always have it right at the top of your head. You're always so informative and very, very helpful in keeping us in touch with the arts in the Florida Keys. Anything else we should mention, though, at this
Well, I
time?
would like to mention one more thing when you
Sure.
mentioned Culture Magazine, which is
Yeah.
something that obviously, the Cultural Umbrella Committee partners with us and the Tourist Development Council. Once that deadline passes on Saturday, on Monday, we will be releasing the new Cultural Umbrella event application for our event producers. So that's going to be released on Monday through the Tourist Development Council and the Arts Council. I'm going to be doing two workshops about how to fill out the application
Mhm.
the last week of March, and then the applications will be due April 13th. So that's about a week earlier than we normally do it, but we're just trying to get in line with everybody else's calendar. Please look if you are listening or watching, please look for an email from my associate Abby. It'll come from info@keysarts.com, and pay attention and join me for a workshop. I'm going to do one on a Monday afternoon at 4, and then later that week on Thursday at 11 a.m. So in case people are in rehearsal or working, we'll have an afternoon one and a morning one.
Fabulous. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, lots going on, no doubt about it. Again, keysarts.com is where you find out more. Liz, we'll let you get back to hopefully a leisurely Friday morning for you.
Lots of coffee.
Yes, absolutely. I told someone the other night that's part of my basic food groups is coffee. Well,
Wonderful.
you have a great day. Thank you so much for all that you do and for being here this morning. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
You do the same. Take care. Liz Young, Executive Director, Florida Keys Council of the Arts on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. We continue now with more Good Morning Keys in just a moment on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys.
Life is full of moments, the small ones, the big ones, the once-in-a-week moments, the once-in-a-lifetime moment, the silly moments, the serious moments, the funny moments, and the sweet moments. The moment you've been waiting for. I'm Armando Gonzalez, president and owner of Blue Marlin Jewelry in Islamorada and Key West. You choose the moment and we'll make it unforgettable. We have a wonderful selection of quality jewelry you won't find in other stores, hand-selected from artists, including our signature collection, Tacori, Roberto Coin, genuine Natosha coins, and so much more. We'll help you select the right piece of jewelry that will ensure that whenever the occasion, whatever the moment, she'll remember it for years to come. Blue Marlin Jewelry, 81549 Old Highway in Islamorada, and now in Key West, 718 Caroline Street. Both locations are open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 5 on Sunday. Visit us at bluemarlinjewelry.com.
Key West authentic Irish pub, dining, and rooftop lounge is Celtic Conch Public House, 528 Front Street. The Celtic Conch always features delicious Irish cuisine and tasty pub grub with more than 40 Irish whiskeys, specialty cocktails, and local drafts. Ask about their daily food specials, including kids 12 and under eat free on Wednesdays when ordering from the kids menu with adult purchase of at least $25. Limit 2 children per adult, dine-in only. Plus, the best in live entertainment. Monday, Milo plays from 5 to 8, then it's Dean Dunlevy from 8 to 11. Tuesday, it's trivia from 6 to 9, and Corey Hill is live from 6:30 to 9:30. Wednesday features Just George from 8 to 11. Thursday, Milo is back from 4 to 7, and Dave Mittenberg takes over from 8 to 11. Friday, Dean Dunlevy returns from 5 to 8, and then Milo entertains from 8 to 11. Saturday, come back for Dave Mittenberg from 5 to 8, then Just George from 8 to 11. Celtic Conch Public House, 528 Front Street, Key West. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Sláinte.
Keys Auto Center, the Keys hometown dealership.
Hey folks, Stephen Bender at Key West Cadillac. Experience the precision and presence of the new Cadillac lineup from the iconic Escalade to the refined XT5 and performance-driven CT5. And with our local deal match guarantee, you can move forward with confidence. So come see the people you know, like, and trust at Key West Cadillac on the Boulevard or visit keywestcadillac.com. We've got the keys.
Everything you need is here at Keys Auto Center.
For over 27 years, Keys Med Spa has helped women and men of all ages look and feel their very best. At Keys Med Spa, we maintain the highest standards and use only the finest quality products for our procedures. Cool sculpting, BioT, hormone therapy, Botox, Juvederm fillers, microneedling, and more. We have all the latest procedures that keep you looking your very best. All of our products are FDA approved and of the highest quality. Keys Med Spa Botox injections and every procedure we offer provide you with the quality you can always trust. And best of all, at Keys Med Spa, all of our procedures are overseen by renowned Dr. Peterson. Dr. Peterson has had a successful medical practice in the Keys for over 27 years. For Botox and all of your spa procedures, Keys Med Spa are the trusted professionals to turn to when you want to maintain your youthful appearance and vitality. To find out more about Keys Med Spa or to inquire about the highest quality Botox, call Keys Med Spa today at 305-587-9183.
Step back in time. Step back into Old Town. Step into Old Town Bakery with fresh baked treats like pastries, cookies, brownies, and fresh breads made every morning. Enjoy hot and cold delicious ground coffee always brewing and handcrafted breakfast and lunch sandwiches made to order on oven fresh breads. And now Old Town Bakery features spinach mushroom feta quiche and ham and cheese quiche, delectable for breakfast or lunch by the slice. Get a whole quiche pie by ordering in-store with 24 hours advance notice. And enjoy new cream-filled croissants with chocolate or vanilla filling and award-winning fresh baked pies, including their key lime pie, voted the best in the Keys. Pick up their unique Old Town Bakery t-shirts for a friend or yourself and give the gift of deliciousness with a gift card available for purchase in-store. And their catering menu is available to make that next event memorable. Old Town Bakery on the corner of Eaton and Grinnell. Stop in or order online. Old Town Bakery, KeyWest.com.
Good morning, Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys, keeping an eye on traffic for you. We had an incident earlier in Marathon, and it has been cleared. That accident with injuries has been cleared for us, so that is good. No other major incidents being reported up and down. US 1 this morning, 76 degrees on our way to 81 and sunny skies. We're going to say good morning to Ron Saunders, who is the manager of the Village of Almirada and also former state representative. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Michael.
And speaking of state representative, it looks like our session might run long again this year. Possibly, they're still trying to get together on the budget and property taxes and the like. But I'm sure that you're keeping in tune with all of that, especially with your relationships that you have with Tallahassee.
Well, several weeks ago, a lot of us were up there for Florida Keys Day, and we met with some legislators and agency heads, et cetera. Yeah, but in our discussions, obviously the budget's the main thing the legislature has to get done. It does seem they're on the same page. Hopefully they're getting closer, but we're monitoring closely. We have our lobbyists. We have 2 sets of lobbyists for us in Tallahassee. In fact, today at 4 o'clock, we have a weekly update from our lobbying team at 4 o'clock every day. It's on our website. If anybody wants to tune in, it's open to the public. And they give us an update of what happened this week in Tallahassee and what's planned to happen next week. So it's interesting to find out what's going on there. But we certainly have some budget things that we want to take care of, particularly environmental issues. We want to get some funding from the state for. So we're monitoring very closely, and we're keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Let's hope the funding comes through, and let's hope that property tax reform doesn't come down the line that could be very detrimental to Village of Almirada and other municipalities. That would be a significant cut in funding. Of course, it would have to pass the Senate and then go to a voter referendum. Have you heard anything specifically about the Senate's appetite for any kind of resolution?
Well, I'm friends with some of the senators because I served in the House. They got termed out. Now they're in the Senate. Like the Senate president, next Senate president are both friends of mine.
Yes.
And I talked to them. I think that they are looking at being more conservative as far as, drastic cuts to property tax because it affects local governments. Nobody likes property taxes. None of us like paying them, but there is a cost of having government, law enforcement, firefighters, parks, roads, et cetera. So you got to pay for it somehow. So I don't see drastic cuts coming out of the Senate. And they, as you said, they have to agree. Then it has to go on the ballot. It needs 60% to pass. And so if you pass something too drastic, I think the voters would realize that's probably not something they want to do. And so in my opinion, what will happen is maybe an increase in the existing homestead exemption because it hasn't been increased for a while. So I think maybe jumping that up to a higher number, which gives you more tax relief for homestead properties is probably what I would project will happen. But you never know. The legislature's in session. Everything's up for grabs.
Mm-hmm. It is Ron Saunders. He's village manager, Village of Almirada, former state representative. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. So we had a charter review committee meeting here recently on the 25th. They are hard at work. They'll be meeting again Wednesday, March 4th. So it has been determined that we need to, maybe not need to, but there's a desire to review the charter for the village. Any progress on how that is going, sir?
Yes, we have a 7-member charter review committee. They were all appointed by our 5 village council members. Each one had an appointment, then they had 2 at large. And they've had 3 meetings so far, very productive meetings. As you said, they're going to meet again next week. The primary focus has been on council terms and whether they should be staggered. Under our current charter, we have 5 council members, all are up every 2 years, which doesn't lead to a lot of stability. For example, if you're trying to attract a village manager, and you tell them, hey, all 5 of your bosses are going to run for election at one time because you don't know who's going to run again, you don't know who's going to win. That doesn't lead to a very stable situation. So what they're talking about doing is going from a 2-year term to a 3-year term. In the past, they've had 4-year terms, and those have been rejected by the voters. And also staggering them, kind of like Marathon does, where 2 would be up in one cycle, then 3 would be up the next cycle. Mm-hmm. I think that leads to more stability. Also, it gives you more experience because the problem with being the 2-year term is it takes about a year if you're new to learn the budget, to learn the things, and then the next year you're up for election. And then it becomes a campaign time. So I think the 3-year term sounds reasonable. Once again, I don't have any vote on it. I don't have any real input on it. And in the end, the council and the voters will make that decision. But that is their primary focus at this point, talking about whether it should be 3-year terms, whether it should stagger them. There's some other issues they're going to be talking about. I think that's been dominating the conversation so far.
Yeah. Village manager, Village of Almirada, is Ron Saunders, former state representative, with us on Good Morning Keys and on Keys Living TV as well. So, the Village of Almirada now does seem to have some nice consistency and stability, despite the fact that the terms are all still simultaneous for your council. Of course, we've been following the story in Marathon as far as some of the upheaval going on there, and we won't get too deep into the weeds, but we'll be following that developing story because they will be looking to attract a new village, actually city manager there upcoming. But that's become very interesting here. So, Ron, we have other meetings coming up as well. We do have the regular village council meeting in the village of Almirada, March 10th. It's probably a little early to know what's on the agenda there, but are there any topics that you do see coming down the pike that may see some discussion?
Well, one thing we do every regular council meeting is have an update from the Aqueduct Authority on the pipeline project because they're making a lot of progress. But of course, it also creates pretty bad traffic backups at times. And it's been particularly bad now because they're doing work by the bridge, by Taverner Creek Bridge, and it has been backing up. But we've been working close with the Sheriff's Department and the Aqueduct Authorities and contractors to try to keep things moving. And I tell people, like, sooner or later, you got to replace that pipeline. It's old. We've had breaks in it. And so it's never been a good time to replace a water line. But I think the Aqueduct Authority's done a good job. We're working closely with them. So we always get an update every month from them and let businesses know, when they might have an impact on, on access to their business, for example, letting people know, maybe take a little more time to take your kid to school or go to your doctor's appointment. And so I think the more information, the better. And so that's one thing we get every meeting. We're trying to stay up to date with some other things, but for the most part, nothing really controversial. We have two meetings. We have one on March 10th, which is the regular village meeting. And then we have one 2 days later on the 12th, which is our land use meeting. That does have a couple of items there. So yeah, and all of our meetings, if you go to our website, alameda.fl.us, we have a tab called Agendas and Meetings. And you can see agendas for the future meetings, as well as videos of past meetings. And so if you want to watch a council meeting, you want to watch the Charter Review Committee, you can see their meetings on our videos. And I think that's very helpful because somebody asked me, well, how come you don't have more people coming to your meetings? I said, generally, I think because they know they have access online and videos, et cetera, and that they're pretty happy. I've been a legislator when they had a full house, it meant somebody was not happy about something. And so I kind of like the fact that we don't have a packed house. We've packed it out. We've had some issues, the freebie contract, Peacocks. We've had a couple of baseball field where we've had a packed house. Mm-hmm. And so basically, we had a crowd there. And speaking of the baseball field, I am going to have a discussion today with our school superintendent, Ed Tierney. We're trying to hammer out the final agreement for the baseball license agreement. As you know, the Coral Shores High baseball team for the last 25 years has been using the field at Founders Park. We the village own the park. We own the field, but we allow the high school baseball and JV and varsity to use that field. The original interlocal agreement expired several years ago, so we're working on a new agreement, a new license agreement, and we've had some back and forth. And Ed Tierney and I are kind of at the same level, so we wanted to have a direct conversation to see if we can get these done because we're already in the middle of this baseball season, but they want to start the work right after season ends. And in order to do that, we need to have an agreement in place. And so we want to kind of push this farther down the road and see if we can come to an agreement. So hopefully I'll have something to report back to the council at our March 10th meeting regarding the baseball field.
Good. Absolutely. Well, and Ed Tierney, we have found, is a man of action. So getting the two of you directly together, well, we're watching Iran and some of those other things too. I don't know if it's quite at that level, but we'll have some. we expect there probably will be an agreement and some forward momentum there. But,
and he and I have a good relationship. We're still both relatively new to our positions, but I'm president of the Education Foundation, which runs Take Stock in Children, and because he's superintendent, he's on the board. And so we meet regularly on fundraising and activities of Take Stock in Children. And so we formed a pretty good relationship. I think he's done a great job so far as superintendent. Yes. And so we both have the same goal in mind, is to have the best field possible for the baseball team, make sure it works well. And so, as you know, Founders Park is a jewel. In fact, I saw you there this past weekend. We the village hosted the gigantic nautical market on Saturday and Sunday. Yes. It's run by the Upper Keys Rotary Club. And speaking of Take Stock in Children, the money's generated goes to scholarships, and it was a great weather, a lot of indoors. You saw the number of people there. We got a report that it raised about $450,000 overall over a 2-day period between the vendors and sales and tickets and admissions, donations. It went well, so we enjoy hosting it. But we consider Founders Park to be a jewel for the village, and whether it's the park as a whole or the ball field. And we want to make sure that it's in pristine condition and that people enjoy it and it's used properly. So the park itself is great. The gigantic nautical market was a super event. We have some upcoming events at Beats on the Bay. We have Island Fest coming up. We have a lot of events there, and we enjoy having it open to the public so that they can come enjoy it too.
It is a beautiful facility. You're right. It is a jewel for the community in Islamorada, and Founders Park, again, was front and center for the gigantic Nautical Market hosted by Upper Keys Rotary Club. And thank you for your service in Rotary and for your service to our community for so many years. Saw a lot of people there, and that is a terrific event, wonderfully run, and does some terrific work in our community as well. Again, village manager for the village of Islamorada, it is Ron Saunders with us, former state representative as well. And Ron, I know you have a busy day to get to, but also I want to thank you for your service to the College of the Florida Keys, and I'll be back up your way again, which I'm usually in the Upper Keys a few times a week. I'll be there enjoying the Seaside Soiree to benefit College of the Florida Keys later this evening. So yet another opportunity to highlight a beautiful resort in the Upper Keys for a great cause.
And it's been relatively recent that they've had an Upper Keys campus. For years, they worked to get a campus under Dr. G. They were able to get a beautiful campus built up in Mile Marker 106. And so I went recently to a community day they had a few weekends ago. And that's a great campus. They do a good job up here. And certainly the college is a great member of our community, from Key West to Marathon to Key Largo. So I certainly support the college. I used to be chairman of the board of the college. My father passed legislation along with Senator Spotswood that created the college back in the 1960s. And so I have a great affinity for the college and certainly congratulate them on all the good work they do.
Yeah, they do that indeed. Well, with that, Ron, unless there's anything else we should mention, we'll let you get back to a busy day, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very much. And again, we remind people that you can watch this program as well on Keys Living TV today at 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock as well. So, Ron, again, thank you for all you do. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, sir. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. We can continue make that with more Good Morning Keys in a moment.
The hottest spot in the Keys to tantalize your taste buds is Central Duval, featuring 3 locations built for the local community and also welcoming new friends warmly. First, get ready for the ultimate Key West experience at the Key West Emporium, 618 Duval Street. It's the largest and most versatile spot in town with mouth-watering food and island-inspired cocktails from Key West's top-ranked restaurant, Kaya Island Eats. Next, check out Dragon and Rooster at 626 Duval Street, bringing the vibrant, bold flavors of Asia to the heart of Key West. Grab a quick bowl of ramen or indulge in their thoughtfully curated prefix tasting menu. Every visit promises to be an adventure for your senses. And Docks on Duval, 702 Duval Street is a toast to Old Key West with a twist of cowboy charm. Savory barbecue, southern-inspired favorites, and fresh local seafood await inside a family-friendly restaurant. Hit up one of these great establishments or try all 3. Good times and great food await at Central Duval.
The Greenhouse. Have you been there yet? We even spell it with 3 E's to help you smile when you say it. That's our goal. We carry the largest selection of hemp-derived THC and CBD products in Monroe County. If you've been taking medication for anxiety, depression, inflammation, lack of sleep, or muscle and joint pain and it's just not working, or you don't like the side effects, we can help. If you're looking to chill, relax, escape, focus, or even break out into euphoric fits of laughter, we can help there too. No medical card is needed. You just have to be 21 or over. Our 3 locations are open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. In Key West, we're at 431 Front Street, just in front of Mallory Square. In Marathon, you can find us at mile marker 52 at 10875 Overseas Highway. In Key Largo, we're at 99304 Overseas Highway in the middle of the road. Swing on by, share your goals with us, and we'll recommend a product to help you reach them. And we back our recommendations with a 100% money-back guarantee. The Greenhouse. Stop on by and find out what the buzz is all about today.
Visit one of the 12 locations of the Greenhouse, including 9 in the Keys and featuring their newest store at 3128 North Roosevelt, Key West.
When it comes to your urological health, you need quality care and convenient access close to home. Mount Sinai offers you access to the most experienced urologists in the Keys, backed by Columbia University, the only Ivy League affiliation of its kind in South Florida. Call 305-674-CARE or visit msmc.com to schedule. That's msmc.com or 305-674-CARE.
Historic Pepe's Cafe in Key West, founded in 1909, still does things the old way. Diachronic, if you will. How about fresh squeezed juices? Think how good that margarita or Greyhound will taste. Blue Point oysters shucked to order because oysters work better that way. Fresh breads and outstanding specials in an eatery that opened the same year Ole Evinrude invented the first outboard motor. And get a jump on someone's birthday and check out our retail offerings for some great gift ideas. Pepe's Cafe, Old Town Key West, of course.
Coming March 14th and 15th, it's the 50th Annual Original Marathon Seafood Festival. This authentic Keys event, brought to you by the Greater Marathon Chamber of Commerce and the Organized Fishermen of Florida, features fresh Florida Keys seafood, over 200 vendors, a boat show, and cold beverages such as craft beers, Bloody Marys, margaritas, and mimosas. Enjoy live entertainment featuring the Marshall Morlock Band, Amber Lee, the Red Elvises, and other great bands. Did we mention fresh Florida Keys seafood? Indulge in stone crab, lobster, ceviche, fish tacos, oysters, Key West pink shrimp, and more. We recommend you wash it all down with a cold beverage of your choice. Don't forget March 14th and 15th, the Original Marathon Seafood Festival at Marathon Community Park. More information available at marathonseafoodfestival.com. That's marathonseafoodfestival.com. Brought to you by Fission by Hotwire Communications and the Monroe County Tourist Development Council, as well as Florida Keys Free Press, Key Squared Construction, and Marathon Garbage Service.
If it's happening in the Keys, you will hear about it here. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. Friday morning, beautiful Friday morning with sunny skies. We're on our way to 81 degrees. Going to be much the same for the rest of the week. 79 for your high on Sunday. Monday, 80 for your high. Just a slight chance of rain. We are going to say good morning to our friend Hannah Edwards with the Community Foundation. Hi, Hannah. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Great.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing well. Thanks so much for being here. So as mentioned, and I'll explain again, this show is being made available on Keys Living TV, channel 27, digitally over the air from Marathon to Key West, but also on the Keys Living TV app, which we stream to Roku. We stream also to the app, which is available at the App Store, free download to watch local and unique programming here in the Keys and wherever you might be. So, Hannah, we want to talk about the Community Foundation. So let's bring people in again who may still be unfamiliar for whatever reason with Community Foundation, your mission and your initiatives.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the Community Foundation of the Florida Keys, we serve the entire Keys, which is Key West all the way up through Key Largo. And we support nonprofits in that area, in this community, who are either usually based here, but also that serve people here. And the way we do that is we connect donors and resources with needs in the Keys. So we are connecting donors who would like to support with the nonprofits who know the needs of the community.
Absolutely. So you serve as that conduit, and you really have been a lifeline for so many different organizations and nonprofits, nationally accredited since 2006. Millions of dollars given to support these nonprofits and also to support their efforts in other ways, including leadership seminars and training, just to make sure that they are fully equipped for today's environment in nonprofits.
Yeah, it's not easy to be a nonprofit provider today. They face a lot of challenges. So part of what we do is try to help them with capacity building and, equip them with skills to do more, because it's always challenging. And this year we do a community grants program to all the nonprofits in the Keys. And this year we gave out for the first time over $1 million. So that was really exciting. We were super excited to do that.
Mm-hmm. Very imperative to helping these nonprofits as they try to face some pretty stiff challenges in our community to serve our community each and every day. Hannah Edwards with us from the Community Foundation of the Florida Keys. And the Unsung Heroes, that just occurred on February 6th, Beachside Resort. A wonderful opportunity for these nonprofits and charitable organizations to, provide accolades and give some notoriety and recognition to some outstanding volunteers. There are so many in our community, and the Unsung Heroes with the Community Foundation of the Florida Keys and with Keys Weekly, I believe, is another partnership that helps make
Yep,
that
Keys
possible.
Weekly, and also supported by the Lower Keys Medical Center.
Oh, yes.
We have been doing this event, as you said, for many years, and it is a great way. There are so many people in this community that work so hard as volunteers. You know, they give their time, which is a very valuable resource, and they give it generously for the good of the community. And they're not always celebrated for that. So we created this event to give honor and reward and to celebrate those individuals that work so hard and expect nothing in return. So this year we had 88 heroes from 95 nonprofits, and it was super exciting. We really it's always a great time, you know, you always leave that day just with a great feeling because many of these people do not expect recognition like this. And it's just really great to be able to give that to them.
Yeah, it is. It's a great feeling indeed. And there are so many people who deserve these accolades, and it's an opportunity to give them that. And yes, you're right. We want to thank Lower Keys Medical Center. Drew Bigsby there in the CEO role has made sure that Lower Keys Medical Center continues to contribute to our community and service to others as well. So thank you to them and Keys Weekly for their participation in the Unsung Heroes as well. So at this point, then, we've got a lot of things coming up on the horizon. Any deadlines or other opportunities that we should be aware of at this time, Anna?
Well, our community grants program, the big program, starts accepting applications in September. But what a lot of people don't know in the nonprofit community is that we have smaller regional grants that are available to apply for all year round. So these are specific to Lower Keys, Middle Keys, and Upper Keys. We have regional councils in each of those areas that support these grants. There's a fund for each of these grant programs, and our councils grant out that money to applicants in those regions. So I do like to remind the nonprofits in those areas, you know, if they inquire during the part of the year when our big grant program isn't open, don't forget about these smaller grants. There's less competition and you can apply all year round. And, you know, if you have a project that you want funding for, they're typically $3,000 or under, but it's a good little boost to help you out in the meantime.
Yeah, it is. Well, again, you are contributing and helping year round, but it also does take funding. It takes community support. And there are a number of ways that people can step up and even leave a legacy for themselves by contributing to the Community Foundation of the Florida Keys.
Yes, our Legacy Society is a group of wonderful people who have chosen to provide for this great community now and forever into the future. So what that means is it sounds mysterious, but it's really not that mysterious. All you really need to do is designate the Community Foundation as a beneficiary in either your will, or it can even be simply from a life insurance account or a retirement account. And you don't have to give it all to the Community Foundation. We don't expect that. You know, take care of your family, do everything that you want to do. And then if you would like to leave something to the community, we're happy to steward that for you. So we just had, unfortunately, you know, it's very sad when somebody passes away and it's tragic for the community. But the, you know, silver lining when they leave a gift is that in their name, we can continue to provide for the community. So we did just have a wonderful, wonderful, many time honored unsung hero, Mr. Denison Temple, passed away recently. And he did leave a legacy with the Community Foundation. And so we are now designating permanent funds for his areas of interest, which were youth, the arts, and historical and cultural projects. So this is going to be, you know, wonderful to be able to support those areas in Denison's name forever, because this will be endowed money. So we're super excited to be able to start that.
Yeah. Well, again, it is such a contribution and a way to give back to your community as well. We encourage all to find out more. CFFK.org is where you find out how you can get involved with the Community Foundation of the Florida Keys. And there are a lot of other resources there on the website, and in addition to ways to give, but also resources for nonprofits and volunteers and the like in our community. Hannah Edwards speaking with us from the Community Foundation of the Florida Keys. Hannah, I know you've probably got a busy day to get to as well, but what other highlights should we bring forth at this time?
Well, this year we're going to do an annual meeting for the first time ever because the foundation is turning 30 this year. So for anybody that is interested in what we do and would like to find out more, the annual meeting is going to be on May 6th at the Tennessee Williams Theater, and the public is welcome. And we'll tell you a little bit about what we do, what we've done in the past year, what we've done throughout the history of the foundation. And it's a great way to come and just check us out and see what a community foundation is all about. Because not everybody knows that. It's kind of a vague concept to many people. But really what we do is we help fund all of these great nonprofits in the Keys. So just as we were hearing Liz Young talk about the Connections Project, that's something that we contributed to this year. This week I went to see the Symphony in the Schools performance in Marathon, and that was just really a great performance. That's a project that we help fund, and this year it was about the America's 250th anniversary and the birth of America, and I was wondering if they could top last year's performance of Peter and the Wolf, but it was really actually wonderful the way they paired the music with the history in a way that was fun for the kids, and watching the kids tap their feet and do a little, dancing in their chairs. It was very cool. A lot of these kids have never seen this type of music, so to watch them enjoy it was really wonderful. So that's where the money goes, and everybody can participate. So we hope people can attend our annual meeting.
We will encourage people to do that between now and then as well. And every time I read the tens of millions of dollars the Community Foundation has provided for our charitable organizations since the year 1996, 30 years, that just struck me. And that is quite a milestone. So congratulations.
Yeah.
And
thanks. Yeah, we joke around and say we've got to be adults now.
Exactly. Well, and it's been proven time and time again that 30 years of experience has done so much good in our community. And we want to thank you and Elizabeth and everybody at Community Foundation who makes that possible.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
And thank you. Michael's an unsung hero for those of you that don't know from last year.
That is true. That was one of my proudest and most humbling moments to date, honestly. So thank you. So very good. Well, with that, we will let you get on with your day. CFFK.org is where you find out more. Community Foundation of the Florida Keys. We'll look forward to more updates from you, Hannah, and we'll see you soon.
All right, great. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Hannah. Take care.
Bye.
It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys, and we will be keeping you updated with breaking news throughout the day. Don't forget that this show is available on Keys Living TV, digital channel 27, from Marathon to Key West, but also it is available on Keys Living TV, the app, Roku streaming, as well as the App Store has the app for your phones and mobile devices, of course, free of charge. Download that for some very interesting, unique programming, including local programming that is available to you in the Florida Keys and well beyond. So this is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. We now join Glenn Beck. Thank you for listening.